You're now entertaining the idea of taking medication for your mental health. The first thing you should do is ask yourself why. What's the purpose of you taking this medication? For me, I know that if I go for 2 years without any medication, I get to a point where my depression and anxiety are so bad that I start getting the symptom of psychosis. And with each episode, the psychosis gets worse and worse and worse. So I know that I do need medication to help avoid my mental health getting to that point. In the past, I have taken medication just because I was told to. I didn't really ask myself, what does this medication mean for me? I think it's a very important question to ask yourself, regardless of what medication it is you're taking, whether it's for your mental health or your physical health. You have to really question yourself and ask whether you're prepared to start taking this medication and how the future looks for you while on this medication. So ask yourself, what is the purpose of this medication? Is it to help you with your day-to-day? Is it to mitigate any symptoms? Is it to make sure that you don't allow yourself to get too low, especially when you have depression? So you found your why. You're now ready to tell your mental health professional that you want to take a medication. How do you go about it? So you have to speak to your doctor or your psychiatrist. They're the only people who have the ability to prescribe you medication. Once you have been prescribed this medication, I want you to understand that you do not have to start taking that medication that day. I think it's important that we take that moment to really settle into the idea of starting these medications because the side effects can be very immediate. Make sure that you're mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally prepared to start taking this medication. Last year, when I started my medication, it took me a month to actually start taking the pill because I had to prepare myself to get into it. Because in the past, I would take the medication the day I was prescribed it, and then I'll find myself 2 or 3 days later experiencing side effects that often made me spiral. So consider that before you start taking a medication. And if you're prescribed more than one medication, you do not have to take them all at the same time. You can have a discussion with your doctor or psychiatrist and tell them, I appreciate that this is the medication that I need, but can I start with one medication and then slowly add more medications? Because once you have multiple medications, they can interact with each other, and now you're dealing with so many different types of side effects that can potentially make your mental health get worse. And if you do go through with it, you've started taking that medication and you find that you don't like it anymore, you have every right to go back and say, I didn't like this. This is not doing well for me. I don't like the side effect. They're making me feel so much worse, and try something else. And if it's too overwhelming to have more than one medication, you can also express that to your doctor and say, can I only just have one? I can speak from my experience. I take antidepressants, and there has been so many different side effects I've experienced because I've tried different types of antidepressants. I had dry mouth, I had shakes, I had confusion, I had slurred speech, I had bruising all over my body. It's been such a long journey of exploring different medications. Being on medication is not a bad thing. You need all the support you can get. And if medication is one of the supports that you need, by all means, go for it. Remember to check in, speak to your professional, explain to them what you're going through, describe the side effects that you're having. And if you don't like them, do not stop medication without your mental health professional being aware. There can be some side effects and withdrawals to stopping medication cold turkey. If you're going to do it with some support.